Hi guys, it's Paul here at CCTV Systems UK. Well, we're all still in lockdown, so let's do some videos. Maybe have a look at some of the Hikvision cameras, but the latest spec ones, the newest ones onto the market. The one that you can see in front of us here is a zoom camera, which goes from 2.8mm, which is about 104 degrees, down to 12mm, which is about 28 to 30 degrees, I believe. And even though it's a zoom camera, unlike its previous version, it has autofocus built into it. So the chip inside can now autofocus for us. We used to have to do it manually with a button, which I'll show you later. It's slightly larger, of course, than the fixed dome camera, but not terribly bigger. It's about a third bigger in size, and that's because obviously it's got a motor in the back and the lenses so they can move backwards and forwards and obviously give us the zoom in and zoom out. So let's have a quick look at the interface and let's just watch it zoom in and out, and let's see how good that autofocus really is. So, mouse on the screen, down to the bottom, left click on the PTZ control. This has got the user software 4.0 in it, so it's quite a newish machine, which puts the PTZ up here in the corner as opposed to a little box down in the bottom left corner. So, all your patrols and your resets, all the bits and bats that you might need here, including the menu and the up, down, left, right, all that's in there that we have for the pan, tilt and zoom. Now this is a zoom camera that allows it to zoom in and out, so all we need is the zoom in and the zoom out. Now on the older version it didn't have autofocus, so we also needed to focus in and out. But we don't need that now we've got this new version. It's worth mentioning that if you go down to the screen, there's another little interface here with the zooming in and zooming out, which is faster than the one at the top of the screen I've found. So because we don't need to focus anymore, because we've got auto, we'll use this one. So if you just look at the screen itself, that's as wide as it goes at 2.8mm. I'll left click on the plus zoom button here. There we go. And away goes the camera. It's now zooming in. I'll zoom it into its maximum, which is there, and let go. And there we go. It's auto-focused. Very quickly. That was somewhere in the region of 4 seconds, I believe. Obviously, it's difficult to see because we're taking a picture of a picture and the HD tends to get a bit lost in the translation, but you can see how effective that it is. Now, at this point, I'd be up here using the focus buttons, like so, trying to get it correct. But because it's autofocus on this new version, we don't need it. Fantastic. So let's bring the camera out, but fool it by only coming halfway back. So go down to this little interface here, left click on the zoom minus button, go to there, which is halfway. How quickly does that do that? Well, that's under 3 seconds on the way back out. That's very quick. And finally, zoom out all the way again to its widest. Let go. Fantastic. Very, very good autofocus. Like I say, something that wasn't on the older model and we desperately needed. There are some other good points to this camera, not just the autofocus. It has a much better night vision IR light on it now than the older version. It's rated at 40 meters. When you consider this camera can be focused into 12mm, which is good for 30 meters distance. 40 meters IR night vision light is plenty, and it does it with ease. whether it's in low light, as if you've got a lot of street lights on the road, or it's just night light, anything from a full moon as it passes over. It does it with ease. On top of that, the night vision is quite well spread out. The older version had sort of a bright area in its centre, and the outer edges of the camera tended to be quite dark. This one does not. It's even at its widest angle at 2.8mm, there is infrared light everywhere. You can, of course, turn the night vision off if you would like. If you click on the little menu button there, which allows you to take it off completely if you've got a lot of street lights outside your property, or you have security lights on a dusk till dawn maybe on your property. Or you can just take control of the night vision. You can put the power up on it or take it down, whatever suits you. Even though this is the new model with the autofocus, something that it could really do with now is the little microphone that Hikvision install in their fixed 2.8mm cameras, which I'll preview for you a little bit later. This camera sells extremely well for obvious reasons. If you've got a wide angle that you want to cover on your driveway, but obviously you want to be able to zoom down to your gateway that's a distance from your property, this is the one for it. With a microphone inside, obviously it's going to have a much better reach. People are going to want this camera. If you have it attached to your mobile phone, the Hikvision Connect app also has the zoom in and out facility. So you can zoom it in or out, whether you're at work or sat in another country on a beach somewhere, which is brilliant. Something else that's worth mentioning, this camera is POC compatible, so it will work with the power over coax DVRs. This is the older version down the twin cable with video to one side and the power at the side of it. Some people call it shotgun. Its term is RG59+2. Or just down the POC, which is a single piece of RG59 cable, which has not only the video, but the power for the camera as well. And there's no settings to change, because as soon as you plug the BNC connector in at the camera end, it automatically senses the voltage and knows that it's on a POC DVR, which is brilliant. If you need any more help with this camera, or anything else really, anything to do with Hikvision of course, give us a ring or send us an email and we'll always help out. Other than that guys, I'm signing off, but please do stay safe. Bye bye now.